Hey guys, and welcome back. I am here with a very quick video about going to art school. You've got millions of these online, that's why I'm making this one so quick. So boom, I am taking a bunch of history courses to begin with, art history courses. Very boring, lots of notes. Overall, not the best experience. Then we got into actually doing like more art and this was my 2D class. We were doing like patterns and learning how to make things look aesthetically pleasing. Overall, rate that class. It was called 2D design and color theory. Rate that class a solid 4 out of 10. I mean, it didn't stand out to me, but it did help me in learning how to care about how I want my page oriented. My drawing class was pretty fun, only because I already like drawing and sketching. Not much to say here. We did like portraits and like learning the typical mistakes that you may make when drawing, and that's pretty much all that was. It was drawing 101, so it was basically sending us back to the chopping block to say like, is this something that we have a strong suit in the first place? Overall, I'm going to rate that a cool 7 out of 10 because it wasn't too good. The teacher mainly was the thing that brought it down some points, but outside of that, drawing 101 is exactly what it sounds like. Once we got into our ceramic and 3D sculpture courses, I started to have a little bit more fun and understanding of how I would take 3D elements and apply them to my flat works like this guy here. Ceramics is definitely my favorite of all the courses I took. Even though looking back on it, my work was very uninspired, I did have a lot of fun there. The teacher, again, does impact the way that a class is perceived, but I tried to have some fun despite what kind of instructors I had. Once I did this project that was taking cardboard and using it to make a head, a huge big head. It's a typical project that most art students are aware of, and that helped me to understand like the rotations of the skull. So I'm saying in ways like that, it helped to influence other parts of the way I create. And then I also did things like fiber arts and like learning with felt, which was incredibly fun for me. It was dangerous, like it was that like a little bit of danger because of the felt needle being so intense, but it was also really fun to just continue to build upon like something and create it with my own hands. It felt like almost like doll making, so I had a lot of fun with that. And I even took a little bit of felt at the end of the year to get back into it and draw stuff, yeah, and then make it into felt later. But I would want to order a whole bunch of felt and like just continue to build upon that. But I'm gonna rip the mask off a little earlier since this video is shorter, like I do on most of my videos. Going to school right now is very challenging, especially if you live in America or you're an international student trying to study here. It isn't easy. So if you do have the privilege, because at this point, again, even though it has always been, education is a privilege, and with the system being attacked left and right, I'm not going to get into it. It's just a blessing, even if you don't believe in that kind of stuff, to be able to go to school and do something that you enjoy, and it's not something that you need to do because your family wants you to do it, or literally any other reason other than studying for yourself. So I suggest, if you live where I do, take school seriously and learn. But I would suggest, if you have a more creative dream, potentially learning from where you're watching this video or any other platform outside of university right now, because it's looking scary. But if you have the opportunity, go. I definitely recommend. Thank you so much for watching.